Hello, everybody, and welcome. For those of you who don't know or who might be just joining us, we are Saves vs. Death. We're a tabletop actual play and podcast. We have three other streams other than this one. 5? No, we don't. We have 3. We have Shades of Scarlet, Night City Sofa,
Scarlet,
Indie Bandits,
Bandits, this one, and Friends on Friday.
We don't have Friends on Friday. That doesn't happen. Anyway, I am blank. Tonight, I will not be the role of Game Master. I'm playing. In fact, all 3 of us are playing. With me today is Games. You want to say hi?
Oh, hi. I'm Games.
And Giffy.
Howdy.
And tonight we're going to be playing a game of it's a Dungeons and Dragons clone called Old School Essentials. I forgot there for a second. And there's no GM. So that's kind of the allure behind this thing. So we'll basically randomize our events using the Mythic Game Master emulator, and use a little bit of logic to come up with conclusions about, everything that the vague ass prompts it gives us. Anyway, you'll kind of get the hang of it as we go, so I won't spend time explaining it this episode. And we will do a brief recap. Excuse me, I've been drinking Diet Coke, and now I feel like burping.
It's in the rules. No Diet Coke before the stream.
Yeah, it's not in the rules. But anyway, so last week, huh?
Oh, can I interrupt for a moment?
Oh, of course.
If you like what we do and would like to see us continue to get better at it and maybe be able to afford a GM, there are a lot of ways that you can help us. One of those ways is to subscribe to us here, like follow, use your little emotes and things, anything to do that would help us out. You can get a free subscription every month if you join your Amazon Prime and your Twitch account. Once they become best friends, you get a free subscription every month you could spend on us. It wouldn't cost you anything, but it sure would help us out a lot. You can also tell your friends about how cool we are, or something you didn't like about it, but be sure to remember to tell them to go to Saves vs. Death at Twitch when you're telling them the thing you didn't like, so that they come here anyway. We also have a Patreon and a merch store and all kinds of cool stuff. So if you want to help us out, there are a lot of ways you can do that. And if you join us on Discord, you can learn about all of that and more. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. Normally we have a dark content warning, but this game's a little bit tamer, although there might be something that makes you uncomfortable. So please, your mental health is important. Step away for a moment and then come back when you're ready. We should be through whatever was bothering you. With that, let's get into what happened last time on RNGDND. We met Bridget in the town of Tide Mills, which started out as a small town and slowly expanded as we learned more about it, which I suspect will be a common theme. Anyway, Bridget has lost her beloved croak box, a bullywug croak box, which is an instrument we found out that exists. She went looking for it in the tavern, as it was commandeered from her by Aiden Booth, the tavern owner. What is the name of the tavern? The Stomping Mule or something?
It's the, Panicking Moose or something.
Galloping Moose? Galloping Moose.
Galloping Moose. Yeah, there we are.
Anyway, so he goes and she goes and attempts to get back her croak box, where she comes across a surreptitious meeting between Aiden Booth and a couple of cloaked figures. He has a pile of loot, including her croak box, set out on the table, and is either he's offering them the gold or they're offering him the gold for in exchange for some sort of service. I forget which.
He's giving it to them to help their cause, whatever their cause is.
Yeah, that's right. We think. We'll find out, maybe. Anyway,
only the Oracle knows.
we switch back to Leonthorn, a young elf who's come from his homeland that has been cursed by some sort of plague. We're not really sure the nature of said plague, but he's come to Tide Mills in order to seek help. He immediately gets some horrible directions from one of the guards and gets lost. Then we switch over to Darnell, who has come to Tide Mills in search of his sister, who has murdered his master. He knocks on the door of armorers as he saw that she was wearing some sort of intricate piece of armor and asks him, not so kindly, where his sister Louvain is. His name is Gadal Stitz. Gadal replies that he doesn't know where she is. He doesn't want any trouble, and the last he knew, she was at the tavern. So he also gives him some pretty bad directions, and which is apparently the theme of this town. And they move. Huh?
It keeps growing so quickly that nobody really knows how to get places anymore.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very fast growing town. Anyway, so he goes to the tavern to seek her out, gets a little lost, but eventually finds his way, where he sees Leonthorn there, looking helpless in the streets, and completely ignores him. He goes to the tavern, but it's been closed. So, meanwhile, that is occurring. Bridget makes a little bit of noise as she's trying to sneak closer, I think, to get kind of
I was gonna go steal the box.
Oh, she was gonna go steal the box.
Yeah.
She fails that miserably, burns part of her hair, falls into the cellar, and alerts everybody inside of the tavern. Most of the cloaked figures dart away as she yells that she's called the guards, and Aiden Booth comes to confront her. While she's yelling, Darnell, on the other side of the door, hears the commotion and starts banging down the door. Some of the cloaked figures hide on either side of the door, waiting for the guards to enter to fight them. Darnell finally gets inside of the tavern, gets jumped. Leonthorn, not knowing what the fuck is going on, decides those guys look bad, so I'll fight them. And
they're masked. Of course they're bad.
They're cloaked. They're not. We didn't say any masks. Maybe they have masks.
I don't remember masks.
They didn't have masks, but we don't know. They were cloaked. Maybe they have masks. We'll see. At any rate, we have a good old tavern brawl, as any good D&D adventure should start. After we slay several of these cultists, I believe one or two get away. We have a little bit of a conversation in the middle of this bloodied tavern. Leonthorn says that he is looking for the village elder. Bridget so kindly offers to escort him to speak with the town elder. Mayor, I would assume. And Darnell, having no real lead as he has not found his sister here, and Bridget says she doesn't know her.
Yeah.
something.
And also Darnell's dog was injured, and Bridget said that they should go to heal the dog.
Oh, that's right.
So
Okay. And so we'll pick up from there, I think.
that makes sense.
So I guess what is the next expected scene? And before I do that, I want to say, yo, we just killed a bunch of people in the middle of a bigger city. Not quietly. So I think we should start off with a fate check to see if any of the town's guard
Are gonna
try to come and stop us. So let's see if I think that if that is a yes, that will set our expected scene. Otherwise, it'll be whatever. I guess
to the other.
visiting the mayor. So if you guys want to roll a D100 first, before you do that, we got to decide. Also, by the way, if you roll double numbers on these fate checks, let me know.
Sure.
Something fun happens.
Fun as in...
Wait. Before we do, we need to determine how likely this event is to occur.
I was just getting proper dice out.
Certain, nearly certain, very likely, or likely, or 50-50. And then there's
very
degrees
likely.
Of unlikely.
I think very likely at the least. I mean,
yeah.
Very likely. I think
all.
very likely is fair. Okay. Our chaos factor is 5.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll for very likely.
Giffy, are you rolling it or am I?
Go for it.
Okay.
Still looking for dice.
I rolled a 15.
15 is probably very much a yes. Yeah. That is an extreme yes. Awesome. Shit.
I would imagine that means like a detachment of guards.
Yeah, like several guards are gonna show up and, see what the hell just happened there. So now, okay, I guess our expected scene is simply to be confronted by these guards. I'm gonna write some notes down. Caught by or stopped by guards.
Not just yes, but yes.
But hell yeah. All right, let's do a fate check. I'll do it here. 3, chaos happens.
Good.
Oh God, what is the interrupt? Is this an interrupt? It's an altered scene. So the scene is altered in some way.
Well, we expect that we are going to have a conversation with these guards.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. I gotta see exactly the protocol for the altered scene.
You're good.
Because I've managed to forget.
By the way, chat, I think when he says fun, he means GM fun, not player fun.
That's typically the perspective I say these things from.
I know. You'll be like, we'll be playing Cyberpunk, and you'll be like, oh no, I missed killing you.
Yeah, that brings back memories.
Right?
Look. I like bloodshed. Okay, so it's a scene adjustment. And we roll a d10.
GIF, you on this one?
Yes. Yes, boss, I got it. D10. All right. I'm going to adjust it right good. 5.
5?
Yes,
we
sir.
remove an object is the adjustment.
Come without swords?
Oh, I know what
weapons?
It is. We can roll for a meaning, but I have an idea.
I have an idea too, but let me hear yours because I'm interested.
The corpses are gone.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah,
thinking
that's
that we're
what
like, oh God, we are. And then like the guards show up and we're like, we didn't do this. And then like look around and like, oh, there's no dead bodies around us. Like that's what it felt like to me.
Okay.
that does sound pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. So,
Okay.
so the guards. th- I guess we could reintroduce our one ambivalent guard or whatever it was. What
Yeah,
was
he
his?
cares more about making money than doing his job. He
He
intentionally
He wants
is
to
bad at his job.
uncover secrets or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's ambitious but lazy.
he's
Yeah, that's what I remember about it.
I don't remember ambitious, but I do
Well, he
remember
wanted to find
he
knowledge.
was.
He was like reading a book or something. I don't know.
I think that he was like detached, or he wasn't a very good guardsman or something. Which means if he's trying to uncover secrets and he's not a good guardsman, he's probably corrupt, right?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I guess we should ask the fates on that.
Yeah.
That sounds like an Oracle question to me.
Yeah, I agree.
We can't
I'd
just
say that's a
assume people are
50-50.
dirty.
Let's do that. So go ahead and roll me a D100 and tell me the result.
I got an 80.
An 80. Oh yeah, we forgot to determine how likely it was that he's corrupt.
I'm
I
thinking
think-
50-50.
50-50 is fair. And you got an 80? He's not.
Okay. He's just not good at his job because he's worried about other things.
Yeah. Okay. So he's coming up to the three of us with a detachment of guards as we exit the tavern.
What's going on here?
I'm going to stand in the back.
I motion there in that way. And I continue walking past him.
I don't know what happened. That's not the accent. I couldn't tell you what happened. We were just here and then there was chaos. We had nothing to do with it. I don't rightfully believe you. The door is in splinters and I heard screaming. Guards, look around.
A bunch of guards looking around. And I would imagine as you're trying to walk away, he's putting his hand on your chest.
Yeah, stopping me. Does
no,
somebody want to take the
No,
guard
Darnell
over?
is the one who is.
Yeah, I was the one who walked past him.
Yeah.
I looked down
yeah.
at his hand physically and looked back at him like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, yeah. I just
I'll
give
play the guard since Leon Thorne's gonna just kind of be quiet back here.
Okay.
This. He says, "You came from that building. I can see it with my own eyes." Now,
we
what-
came kind of from the building, yeah.
What in the nine hells is going on here? There's apparently nine hells. What in the nine hells is going on here?
And you see, we were just walking past, and then we heard yelling and went inside, and there was chaos and bodies, and his dog is injured, is all we were doing.
Can see the dog's injured. Tim, what do you see in there? Nothing, sir. Nothing at all. Place is empty. What about the tavern keeper? No one's in here. Now, what were the three of you doing in there all by your lonesomes, breaking the door down? There's nobody in there, so I don't buy your bullshit story.
What need would I have to break the door?
What's your strength?
Not good. Let me check. My strength's a 6, so
You break the door. That's laughable.
see, that's what I was saying.
I broke the door because there were people in there screaming.
And the bodies.
Yeah, there are dead people in there.
There's
Don't
no
talk
one
about
in
that.
there. He like
Then
grabs
what
you
are
by
we-
the arm and he takes you to go look.
I'm just
If there's
saying.
no bodies, why What are we doing here? Let us
Doesn't
go.
seem like a crime.
The door's broken in. It's still a break and entry. I'm adopting your accent. It's still yes, it's still a crime to break into somebody's business.
Didn't we establish I didn't break it?
I don't believe you.
You don't believe I didn't break it?
Well, I don't believe that you didn't break it, but I do believe you're part of whatever is going on here. Did you think you could get a bit of gold? All right, I've had enough of this conversation. I'm going to take the three of you in to see the mayor, apparently, because that's exactly...
I did break the door down, and it's not a crime if you hear screams, which is an indication of immediate bodily injury.
Sounds like probable cause to me.
I think you can tell it to somebody else. Detached, not very good guard.
Henry, how long have I known
Not
you?
smart either.
I've known you a long time, Henry. Would I do such a thing?
I guess it's probably time for some sort of charisma check.
I'm not very charismatic.
I do think we need some sort of penalty here.
Yeah. What is my charisma?
Maybe a
Where are my
-2 or
stats?
something.
Flat 0. Because I have a 10.
No, it'd be a +2 in that case, and you succeed.
No.
Wait,
I need to roll still. I have a 10 skill.
You have a 10 skill, so it's 8.
Yeah. I rolled a 13, which is
Not
not
good
ideal.
enough. He says, yeah, I know what kind of trouble you get yourself into.
I've never. That was not the accent.
Leonthorn's just back there saying, hey, I'm not from here. I don't know what's going on. It's like, shut up, knife ears. You're coming with us.
Mr. Guard, I'm looking for someone. Maybe you could help me find her.
And now I'll have you being mean to the keeps in front of me.
Calm down, all of you. All three of you, shut your mouths. We're going to take you to talk to somebody in charge. Grab him. He got gestures to the other guards.
I can walk on my own, and I swear to God, if you touch me, I'm going to scream.
Oh, please.
So scream then. I'd love to hear it.
I've already heard it once today. Please don't. Please don't.
She started screaming bloody murder. I'm not going to, otherwise we'll peek.
Okay. But they're dragging you through the city as you're screaming for you're not the first person in the city to scream when they've been taken by the guards. Sure.
This is the violence inherited in the system. Let me go, you perverts.
All right, I think we're taken to jail here. I think that's the expected scene. And maybe talking to some sort of captain of the guard.
Or a magistrate.
While we're walking, I'm going to dip into my herb pouch to get out some willow bark extract for my headache that's developing from
Leonthorn says, why is she just doing that?
It's what she does, apparently.
Does she think that it will help? Then why is she doing it?
To be fair, it worked last time. We did rush in to save her when she screamed. Maybe she's hoping it'll happen again.
That's fair.
Do some other adventurers come to save us?
I don't think so. I think we're just escorted to the jail.
This would be a really great time for a crossover episode with one of the other
streams
you guys do to come in and save us.
Suddenly people from the future come. All right, guys.
No match for our automatic weapons.
I think that we're done with the scene. Our chaos factor has to go up.
I wouldn't say we were in control.
We were not in control.
No.
So our chaos factor goes up. Do we need to update any threads or characters? I guess we should add Henry.
Yeah.
Henry the
Worthless guard.
He's just not good at being a guard. He's good at other things.
the
Disinterested guard.
disinterested guard. Yeah, he didn't do much investigation work.
No.
Wants to uncover secrets.
And it really took me twice of confessing to the crime before he even arrested any of us.
Well, yeah,
There's a lot going on.
there was a lot going on.
That's true.
And he didn't see any bodies either. So your story didn't even check out, even though it's the truth. Okay. So we're taken to prison. That's the scene. I guess we're taken into prison and expecting the captain of the guard to come talk to us.
That's a fair expectation.
Logical expectation, yeah.
Taken to, I guess not prison, the jail.
Yeah, the poke.
To await the captain of the guard. All right, so, well, that's fun. I guess now we'll do our chaos factor check, chaos check.
That seems like a good plan.
Somebody roll a d10.
I got it. 8.
No chaos. So this is gonna go how we expect. How long do we wait in the prison?
1d4 hours.
Okay. I was thinking we asked the fates if it was like days.
Okay.
This is a simple destruction of property. I can't imagine they're going to keep us in here for a long time. It's just going to be a fine. Although they're pretty pissed at us at this point, so they might keep us waiting.
And we did claim that
I think we should ask. It's unlikely, we'll say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, they could be busy. It's a big town.
So unlikely for chaos factor 6 is 50-50, basically. I got it. Oh, and it's a 10. That means no. Yes, they are going to keep us here for days. That's an extreme yes. So
Okay.
a few days.
1d4 days.
Sure. 1d4 days. Do you want to roll it? I rolled, but I can.
Sure, let's go with yours.
This is a 3. I keep rolling. Sorry. Oh, no, it's a 2. So we're only here for 2 days, which means we do heal 1d3 damage each.
Good.
Yeah. Did anybody else besides me get hurt? I think I'm the only one. Who got hurt.
Bridget got
my
hurt.
hair on fire. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She hurt herself.
I think she got hit too, in the nose.
I had taken 2 points of damage, so
Roll a d4. It's a d3 actually, but yeah.
I got a 3. So we'll say I healed the 2.
Yeah, you'll heal the 2.
Yay! That good old healthy prison healing.
Why are D4s the hardest ones to find?
I don't know.
I got like 4 of them in front of me.
So I got a 2 and a 2.
So you heal 4 points, and then your dog.
Oh yeah.
Is the dog taken to prison with us?
Yeah. I'd say that's incredibly unlikely, nearly impossible.
All right, so we'll go. No, it's just wandering the streets.
2 is an extreme yes. They left the dog in the prison with us.
Yes.
This makes no sense.
Okay. I killed 3.
They're dog people, and they're like, well, we can't break up the 2.
Yeah, exactly. How much did you heal?
3 for the dog.
3 for the dog. Okay. Are they full health yet?
I can't remember. Let's see. I don't think so. Double check.
By
I
the way,
remember they
you can
took-
pop out your character sheet window by hitting the little double squares on the top left.
You can also save it as a PDF if that's helpful.
Oh, that would be helpful.
So, over the next few days, we are awaiting the captain of the guard to clear his schedule. It's probably pretty busy, he or she is probably pretty busy. And we're fed, paltry rations of food to keep us alive. And the dog gets some kibble or whatever they feed dogs. I guess scrap meat. Then I guess the captain of the guard does arrive, and we probably need to open up Une to figure out who this person is.
Do I need to random name generate, or you got it?
If you want to do that while I open up Une, because I forgot.
I figured I would.
Une, by the way, is a resource you can find on DriveThruRPG. It is called what is this? Une, Universal NPC Emulator. And it is one of the better tools I've found for generating a random NPC. Very cool.
We'll need to know his race so that I can generate a good name.
Well, let's figure out who he is then.
Yep.
So we'll do since we already know he's the captain of the guard, we don't need to do the noun, but the modifier we will. 58 means he is a privileged captain of the guard. Interesting. Privileged. Or she. And then their motivations. Somebody else roll the D100, 2 of them, 2 D100s, so 1 at each.
Tell us how to live our lives. 26.
26. Drive.
10.
Drive distress. Drive distress. Privileged and drives distressed.
So maybe
It's a human town, so let's just assume he's human.
Okay.
Or she.
But
goddamn.
So
Assuming. Let's
focused on their all the problems in the city, that they're a workaholic, basically.
She, by the way, I just rolled.
That she is a workaholic.
He was privileged, so she's maybe trying to her drive might come from trying to live up to her reputation, or the reputation of her father or mother or aunt or uncle or somebody.
Her name is Zaros.
Zaros?
Mm-hmm.
Zaros. Captain of the guard. Privileged. Drive distress, did I say?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe this person, the distress thing really calls out to me that maybe she knows a little bit about what's going on.
Quite possibly. Yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense.
And
She
is
knows
trying to
about, like, a
drive
cabal.
toward resolving it.
Yeah. And it's causing distress in her life.
Yeah. She's privileged, so she's obviously, like you said, Giphy and games, that she is very renowned in the town, and trying to live up to expectations of her family before her. So she's going to enter the guard hall after 2 days of us waiting. Who would like to play her?
I am not good at women's accent, I can barely do my own. I'm leaving that to you guys.
I'm also not good at female voices, but
All right, I'll
are you planning
take
on
care
speaking
of it.
a lot?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I guess before she enters, I should ask, do the three of us have anything to say to each other?
Did we have any conversation
prison?
over the last couple of days?
Yeah.
I don't imagine I would have done a lot of talking. I might have answered, but I probably wouldn't have initiated it much. My character's not a conversationalist, if you haven't gotten that yet. So probably not.
I would say that I was real loud with us getting put in there, and then I was quiet for a very long time. And then you had to listen to my renditions of terrible songs like, oh, what's that terrible frog song that I know?
You're not a good bard. You have only a 10 charisma.
Uh-huh. But apparently charisma is not what I need for the character.
It is for It is.
Apparently not. When I was building it, it said charisma was a dump stat.
It didn't, did it? Really? Say that?
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Say that.
You guys got to hear my bad cover of the Song of Frogheim.
Song of Frogheim. Okay.
This is what got me kicked out of the bar and made enemies with the bar owner.
Okay. I think Leon Thorne spends his time in prison just kind of pacing back and forth. He's like feeling very anxious because he's trying to get something, done. And so he's just pacing back and forth in the prison cell for hours. Just waiting this person, checking his watch.
His sundial on his wrist.
Yeah. It's not working. Must be out of batteries.
And I spend my time, or Darnell spends his time just in meditation.
Okay.
Quiet meditation.
Okay. So when the captain of the guard finally enters, she says, "Sorry to keep you all waiting. I heard a little bit about what's been going on with your situation. Unfortunately, it took my fellow guardsmen 2 days to inform me. So I apologize profusely. Could you perhaps explain a little bit about what happened?"
I think it's for the better. I'm not the one to tell you. My trustworthy friend here with the dog could probably do the best explaining. After all, he's the one who broke the door.
Yes, I was.
Okay. So then tell me.
Oh, this requires more explanation. There was screaming coming from the inn.
Mm-hmm.
I broke the door down, at which point I was attacked. Hindsight, I was probably rightfully attacked because they had no idea who I was, but still.
Leon Thorne chimes in here. That's not all that happened. We also saw a number of... it is what happened, but doesn't explain or doesn't give the necessary details. These men were cloaked. They looked like they were conducting some sort of business over a table of some trinkets. Looks like some of them perhaps took some of that loot and ran for their lives. I would like to ask you, though, when will we be released? We were simply saving this innocent woman.
They did nothing wrong. If I'm being real honest about it, I went in to get me Croakbox back because the bastard stole it from me. And when I got in there was a whole bunch of cloaked figures making some type of secret satanic deal.
The bastard?
Yeah, the inn owner, the club owner, he kicked me out of his club because apparently he didn't like my song. Would you like to hear it? Oh, on the road to
No,
Fogheim.
that's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Would it be reasonable to ask the Oracle if she knows that Aiden Booth is somehow involved already?
Yeah, I think it would be reasonable because she's been working on this for a while, and I think it would be fairly likely.
Fairly likely? I was going to say 50-50, but maybe she doesn't know all the moving pieces. But okay, very likely.
Yeah.
Somebody want to roll it?
Sure. Is it me? 68.
68? We're fairly likely at Chaos Factor 6. That's a yes. She says, so it was him.
Anyway, I went to get to me Croakbox, and as I came up, they were making some type of deal. And then they all tried to grab me and attack me. I screamed, and then these gentlemen busted in to save me. And then, of course, a fight ensued. But then there were bodies, and then there were no bodies. And then the guards tried to arrest us, even though we did nothing wrong.
And what brings you're from Tide Mills? What brings your compatriots into this town?
Family reunion.
Family. Okay. And you, Elf? You're from a long ways. Yes, I came to speak to the village elder. My home is being corrupt by some sort of plague. I am looking for help in solving it. Oh, that sounds dire. Sorry to hear that. She moves to the guard table and opens one of the drawers, pulling out a set of keys, and moves. So, I have been having trouble tracking down this Aiden Booth. I don't know how he keeps sleeping away when he owns a business in the middle of town, but
You just didn't have the
evidence.
It's
been problematic. That is true. I was wondering, she's unlocking the door, if I could employ your help. You know him best.
Aye.
And in exchange, I mean, you'll get out of prison either way. She unlocks the door and opens it. But I was hoping that you would help me track him down. And in exchange, I would get that meeting with the elder you're looking for. Looks to Leonthorn.
Seems fair to me, but of course it's up to my companions. Though I do have one more complaint.
Uh-huh.
The arresting officer referred to my friend here as a knife ear, which is quite an egregious slang.
You're not wrong, but it is fairly common.
Oh, that makes it okay. I didn't know.
We don't have any sort of civil rights unions, so
I just think he needs maybe some sensitivity training or something.
I can give him a reprimand for that. I'm sorry. So will you do it?
Bridget looks to Leonthorn.
Leonthorn ponders for a moment. He says, I think we can oblige. Shouldn't take you long, right? He looks to you, Bridget.
Oh, no, I'll be able to find him real quick, I'm sure.
Excellent. Then yes, I can help in exchange for a meeting with your, what did you say? Mayor? Excellent.
She looks to Darnell. Are you good for it too?
These past 2 days have given me an opportunity to commune with my goddess. I have been given the answer that if I follow the noble elf and the noisy bard, I will find what I'm looking for. My path lies with yours.
Then we just need to find a noisy bard and then we'll be good.
We have one.
I
He
lean over
just,
to
he,
Leonthorn.
it like goes over his head. Like,
I go to Leonthorn. I'm like, does she know I'm talking to? She doesn't know I'm talking about her.
it appears as though she doesn't. You do know you're loud, right?
Not
All
that
right,
loud.
says the guard.
She confuses me.
And me. Guard says, all right then. I'll let you, I have much business to attend to, but you can find me by, well, coming back here actually and speaking with the guard at the counter. And he'll send word for me. Thank you. Oh, by the way, my name is what? Oh wait, I have it written
Zaros.
down. Zaros.
Zaros. I know who you are, Zaros, but it's good to finally have you introduce yourself up proper. Like, name's Bridget.
Appreciate it, Bridget. And your friends? I am Leonthorn. Leonthorn. I just have one name.
Like Madonna.
Leonthorn of Evathius.
I say I'm Darnell of the Voiceless Grove.
I'm not giving you my last name. Then you find out who my parents are, and then I never hear the end of it.
We don't have last names. I don't either.
Oh, I do, but I'm not telling it. Anyway, let's get working.
All right. Okay. I think that's the end of the scene. Did we have control over that scene?
I would say so.
I think so.
Some. She was kind of holding the mayor's meeting hostage, but in exchange for help.
Right.
Yeah.
But in an
But I think
hostile
generally,
way.
I think, yeah, you're right. We had that under control. Gas factor. Oh, my number is not working. Down to 5. All right. I
think she was trying to get us to go a direction we were all planning on going anyway. So,
sort of. It is a little bit of a detour. Yeah. I mean, eventually you're right. Yeah, we would go that way. So interesting. She didn't give us any new information about these people, unfortunately.
Just that she knew that they are a problem is all we found out.
Yeah. Do we have any threads to add?
I don't think so.
No, I guess not. Unless we want to add the thread that Zaros knows something about the Cabal.
That probably because I mean we're working on the. It feels like we want to eventually uncover this whole Cabal mystery, and so does
Like
Zaros.
that's probably important to what's going on.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
Okay. So
Been
I'll add
important
that
for-
as a thread.
Yeah.
It's on there now. Any other threads?
None that I can think of.
Oh, I guess to that thread I'll add in exchange for meeting with the mayor of Tide Mills. Because we'll forget otherwise.
Right.
Okay. So great. That was the end of the scene. Moving on to the next one. What are we doing? Should we spend some time role playing, or do you want to just say generally where where Bridget is taking us?
Well, do we want to do like an investigation scene where we're asking around town and stuff like that, or do we want to say that Bridget would have an idea of where he would hide? Like,
I think that if Bridget knows where he's hided it out, it would be is a fate check.
I think I agree with that.
And since she approached him at the tavern, I think it's kind of unlikely that she knows.
She's worked for him, but she wouldn't have any reason to know where his hideout is.
She didn't know where that he was even meeting with these Cabal people before.
Right.
So unlikely. 92 is an extreme no. Interesting.
She has no clue where to start with.
not only does she not know where the hideout is, she doesn't even know anybody who might know anybody.
She's like, who's Aiden Booth?
When you ask her, she's like, obviously he'll be.
Do you mean the tavern keeper? That's his
where
name?
It always is. Only ever see him at the tavern.
Yeah, he's at the tavern, guys.
I told you I know where he's at. He's at the tavern.
All right, so what do we do instead? I guess we could do something easy and do just like, I don't know, charisma checks.
Yeah, talk to the neighbors, see if anybody knows anything.
So let's do, or NPC reaction checks, actually.
Yeah, that's a better. Getting a lot of lens flare on my eyes from the LEDs behind me.
Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Where is this thing? Spells, strongholds, mercenaries. Must be in the DMG or referee's tome.
I know my lava lamp's not on. I just realized it myself.
Oh.
Jess is calling me out in chat.
What is Jess saying now?
That I didn't turn on my lava lamp.
Oh. Hi, Jess. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, guys. Let's see here.
No, you're good. That's the thing with the RNG RPG is that it requires about 1 billion tables spread between like 13 books. So it takes us a moment to set things up. That's all. Glad you're here with us, though, and I hope you're having fun.
I don't know where it is.
I mean, I could give charisma checks, but I will definitely fail that. Yeah, it told me as a bard to put my points into dexterity for some reason. So,
Yeah, mine was weird too. It was like strength. Strength and intelligence.
and unlike indie bandits, I didn't make my constitution my dump stat.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
Your NPC thing.
D20?
Oh, it's 2d6. Apologies. And then add your reaction. Bonus for charisma if you have one.
I got an 11.
It's indifferent to you.
Well, that's better than it could have been.
Oh, wait. Nope, they're unfriendly to you. Apologies. Looking at the monster one.
The monsters are indifferent towards me, but village people hate me.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That was one less than my perfect roll also.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense at all.
Am I supposed to be rolling low?
No, because the bonus is like a... I must... Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong table here. Fuck it. 11's pretty good. Let's just say it's good. So I think that means in like an hour, roughly, we're asking around town, and we do come across somebody who might... who's willing to speak with us. I guess the question is, who is this person?
And do they have the information we need, which we should ask the Oracle?
Okay. Do they have the information we need? I don't know, 50-50.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
5, extreme yes. Ooh. I think not only do they know the information, they might be part of the...
Ooh, they might be. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's intense. Okay, who is this person? Somebody roll a 2. Oh, I need 2 sets of 2 D100s.
All right, I got 1. 10.
94.
10 is neglectful. Oh, that's what it was for the last guy.
Yeah,
he was a neglectful. Neglectful. What'd you get? 90, did you say?
94.
94.
This might be the guard.
He's a neglectful priest. Oh. How interesting. I need another set of 2 D100s.
You want to roll one of them, like?
Sure. I got an 18. Man, I'm rolling low today.
I got a 33.
Me too,
Pursue.
buddy.
33.
Hippers?
The oppressed. Interesting.
And for name, I got High Diviner.
High Diviner?
Yeah. I went with priest names.
Yeah.
Okay. High diviner. Interesting. He's
How
a
do you become a
neglectful
high diviner if he's
priest who
neglectful?
pursues the oppressed. Oh, I'm getting kind of an idea. I think he's joined this faction or whatever.
Sure, the cabal.
Yeah. Neglecting his priestly duties in order to bring down somebody in the city.
What if it is
The mayor.
Zaros's parents?
I think we should leave it for a mystery.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But we
But good to
know
think about.
that yeah, he has joined this group as some sort of maybe rebellion. But we don't know why.
Am I the only
Interesting.
one that's getting a whole villain from Hunchback of Notre Dame vibe from this guy?
Yes.
The damnation.
Who wants to play him?
I suppose I will.
Okay.
Unless Giffy wants it. You want it?
I could take a crack at it.
You got it, my friend.
Okay. All right. I think that we're good. So the three of us approach the priest, who we've heard. You got several. Oh, here's what our leads during our investigation in town have led us to this church because Aiden Booth has been seen visiting this this church on occasion. And so this is probably our only lead at this point. So we all start heading in and ask to speak to this priest that he talks to. Mr. High Diviner.
Yeah.
So three of us. What denomination is this church?
One of the many pantheon. Do we have a pantheon set up?
We don't have a pantheon. There is a god generator that I like to use.
Let's use that. Let's learn about this god. Who is God?
We'll do 10 gods. And roll a d10.
9.
9. Oh. This is a god that already exists. This isn't the one I meant to use.
Okay, good. What if God was one of us?
9, you said?
Yeah.
Edtix, the god of judgment.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Getting real judgy vibes.
That fits with our high diviner.
Yeah.
So is this a single god world or is it a multi-god world?
Well, if he's the god of judgment, I would assume there's more than just him.
Okay.
Or this is a really sad world.
Yeah.
Right.
God damn it, Jess. You're just cracking yourself up there in chat. I picture her just laughing at her own jokes.
I find them fun.
Total isolation. Yeah, we'll add the priest to the thread list when the scene's wrapped up. Probably, if he's important somehow.
Right.
Henry became important because he got a name. I knew it. Anyway,
we knock on the door. Do we knock on the door of the church or just go in?
Probably just go in.
We probably just go in.
And you would ask one of the attendants, and one of the attendants would bring him out.
So the church, I picture with the god of judgment feels very like Old Testament-y to me. So I'm picturing kind of like a, I don't know, a late century France, like Gothic style church that is completely
like buttresses and stuff.
Like completely empty. Yeah, it's basically like a fortress, but
I was thinking
church.
like oppressive gray,
Yeah.
very tall.
Very
It's
austere.
tall with spires
Yeah.
and completely barren except for pews and the podium in the back or whatever they call that.
Yeah, and it's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Tide Mills probably is a little chilly. It's right next to the ocean, so that breeze just keeps coming in. Like San Francisco.
Right.
We're also pretty far south. Anyway. So we all enter, wipe off our boots or whatever, and make our
Take it.
way up.
Water out of the fountain. Draw the holy symbol.
Yeah.
It's probably not a cross for this religion.
We did lots of things.
I don't know if I did that right. But anyway, so we enter and approach this priest. I guess we probably sent to a few places before talking to him. Maybe go to one of the rooms, like his private room in the back.
Yeah,
That makes
the only
sense.
room that has any sort of decoration or any sign
Yeah,
of
just like
luxury.
some sort of symbol of the god. And that's about it.
Oh no, I see him being very like decked out, like not following his own religion's rules, like where
He is neglectful,
everybody
so
else, everybody else is supposed to
dress in
you
like
know,
a plain brown robe, and he's like dressed in this white with gold trim or something.
exactly.
Like lots of necklaces and rings.
Yep, and then tapestries hanging on the wall of his office. And
So maybe pursue the oppressed is kind of like opposite of what we're thinking. He's actually trying to beat up the oppressed. He's trying to.
He wants to oppress.
He wants to. Yes, he wants
He's
to
in
oppress. He's
pursuit
pursuing
of
oppression. I like this guy already.
And their holy symbol is like a fist.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. So there's a big fist, a golden fist on the wall.
maybe a fist holding a warhammer. I don't know. That sounds a little less awkward.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, if you guys want to keep,
How about a gavel?
Yeah.
Okay,
That makes sense.
that works.
All right. So we all enter this chamber.
So, I guess he's just sitting behind the desk. His desk.
Sure. Leah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So as you guys walk in, he says, "Yes, my children. How can we serve you in the house of the Lord today?"
Leon Thorne approaches and says, "We're looking for a man. We heard that he frequents this temple. His name is Aiden Booth."
Many worshippers seek our temple, for our God is the most holy of all gods.
But this bastard's part of a bad group of bad people.
Indeed.
My child, but until you accept the Lord of Judgment into your life and live your life in poverty and service to Him, we are all wicked and sinners.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not a sinner, I'll give you that, but do you know where he might be?
You
Owns a
have to be
bar.
more specific.
Well, specifically, we're looking where he might be now.
He's about 6 foot.
We have some
Kinda
things
looks like
to
an ass hat.
speak with him about.
Steals people's things. Doesn't like music.
Do you guys think it might be appropriate to have us roll wisdom checks to see if this guy's like full of shit or
Like perception.
like, well, just that he's dodging the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's all roll wisdom checks.
Wisdom.
Nope. Leonthorn's like, oh, okay.
You don't
He
mean
doesn't know.
intelligence by any chance?
No, it's definitely wisdom for this.
I magically still got it, even though I have a -1 to my wisdom.
You don't subtract anything.
Oh, I know, but
Okay.
that tells you how bad my score is.
Probably a 9.
8.
Nice. Good roll.
Okay, this is 20 stuff. I can't see the numbers on it. Go for the next one in the bag.
That's why I loved the World of Darkness dice that had all the successes were white and everything else was impossible to see.
Okay,
Yeah.
I rolled a 4, so yeah, I definitely.
So the
get
two
it.
of you pick up on him. Leonthorn's just like, I don't know, humans. Oh. Do you happen to know where he could be? Right now.
That would be helpful, yeah.
I may know of the whom you speak, but of course, you know, it would be impossible for me to speak about one of my worshippers, one of my flock, to just anyone.
Are you saying you're close friends with him then?
I may know him, and I may have information, but sadly, at this time, I'm seeking donations for our church, and until we have met our goal, I don't think I could be of much help.
How short are you in your quota?
Well, my child, that depends on how much you have to give.
Look to
Right,
the
scam
other two.
artist, this bastard.
You say that out loud.
Yeah, under my breath, obviously.
And he just smiles bigger, wider.
Faster, stronger.
I didn't come with much gold.
I only have
No.
10 gold.
We are saying that very quietly.
Yes.
Amongst each other, like in a huddle. We're all like, all right, I don't have much gold. You got gold.
No, I'm almost broke myself.
I got 2. 2
I
gold.
got 10.
Why did we
So I
search
guess-
the bodies? Why did we
Dude,
search the bodies?
We should have. If they're going to disappear anyway, we might as well have stolen from them.
Might have all taken everything.
Right?
Darnell, how much money do you got?
Yeah.
I have 15 gold, but I think this guy is trying to cheat us.
What?
Of
Yes?
course he is. Yeah. Yes, you didn't
He's just
get
looking for... No, he's just looking for donations.
No, you didn't notice. Like, obviously, he
No.
knows exactly where he's at.
I think Leonthorn might be right. I think he's just, I mean, he's a priest. He's got to be a good guy, right?
Oh my God, you're both idiots. I love you dearly, don't get me wrong.
Wait, aren't you the one that just said that you think he's full of shit?
He just thinks because he's godly that he's probably not lying. But he knows as well as I do he's full of shit.
Well, I thought that, but Leanthrop, you made a very good argument. You
I did?
persuaded me. Yeah,
Well,
didn't you?
I don't know. I've lost track of this conversation. And we are huddled for far too long.
You're
What are
probably
we gonna
right
do?
there. We could give him money because he has the answers we need, obviously. Or we could not give him money and punch him in the face.
We could try a more strong-armed tactic.
Eh?
What do you
He's a
think,
priest.
Darnell?
He's a priest. We can't punch a priest.
He's not a very
This is-
good one.
Some silly human religion.
It's not the one true God. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that I could punch him.
I don't disagree with you punching him. Don't get me wrong, but I think maybe we just threaten to punch him and not actually punch him. Otherwise, we'd end up in jail again. And with the back luck they have, we'd be there for a month.
True. All right, so we pay off the guy. How much gold are we giving?
5.
All right, I got an idea.
Cut to outside the huddle, and we're all like, whisper, 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 whisper.
Yeah. He's just like, I can hear you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Leonthorn turns towards the man and says, we don't have a lot of money between us, and I don't think that we could make a donation worthy of your church, or enough to move the scale. So I suggest you start being upfront with us, or we're going to have to resort to more violent approach. And I just lay the dagger out on the table, or my dagger out on the table in front of him.
Bridget looks meaningfully at the dagger and then back at him and then at the dagger.
So we're going with the threaten a priest idea.
How does the priest respond to this? I think this might be an oracle question.
I think this is a charisma check.
I was thinking a charisma check.
Okay.
Or can I do strength in place? Because it's intimidation and charisma doesn't make any sense for that.
Right.
No, because intimidation is also about bluffing. There's
Yeah,
an
but
element of
there is, but there's
You're using
also
your body.
there's also an argument for strength-based intimidation checks even in modern D&D.
Yeah,
It's true.
Because why can't a barbarian
Intimidate people.
intimidate anybody when
I would
charisma is
think if you-
obviously his dump stat?
if you used a show of strength, like
Like the
a
Maui.
barbarian could like break
Then
a
he'll
table.
stab the dagger down into the table.
Now it's a strength based.
Yes, okay. I could get behind that.
All right, cool. Fuck. All that argument for nothing. No. 19 and I have a 13.
So it kind of like slides off the table. You try to stab.
I stab it and it just like whiffs the air and then I put it back on.
I understand, my children. Not all of us can be wealthy, but there are other ways to serve the church. How about a trade?
What kind of thing would you be wanting to trade?
I have need of a certain valuable artifact.
Oh, good.
Do we need a roll for inspiration for what this artifact is?
I could make it up if you want, but
Up to you.
what I was thinking is like a dagger that they use in rituals, a ritualistic dagger that they
An
have.
athame.
Yeah, something like that.
Up to you.
Or it could be a ritualistic gavel, or it could be, just some sort of ritualistic item that was stolen from the church recently.
Okay, why don't we roll on the objects table?
Okay.
Right?
And I'll do objects descriptor. Somebody roll a D100 for me.
You got it,
I'm
game?
staying out of this one. Oh, you
All
want
right,
me to do it? You got
I
it.
got it. 96.
It does, Jess. It does. 96, did you say?
Yes.
It's the inspiration we got is usurp bright, which I quite like. So it's like a darkness dagger or something.
That's wow. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like a dagger for dark rituals. Not something that necessarily belongs in this church, but he
You
used it
know
for
who
general.
stole it?
Hold on, what are we looking for? What is this artifact?
It's a dagger that was recently stolen from our church. It is highly valuable. Not as far as wealth goes, but for our religious sermons and our various rites that we have in this church. It's a dagger with a jagged blade that's all black. Appears to be made out of onyx.
She whispers to Leonthorn. Oh, that doesn't sound evil at all. We can definitely trust this bastard.
And where would we find said object? He just nods to you.
Well, my children, it wouldn't be a true quest if I gave you all the details now, would it?
We just spent a whole day figuring out we needed to talk to you.
It's only an hour, but sure.
Yes, the Lord has brought you to me. I agree.
You said
And now we can benefit each other.
it was stolen. Where was it stolen last?
As you can imagine, this is a highly valuable piece to myself and certain members of my congregation that I associate with. So because of that, it was stored in my personal chambers here, in my office, under a lock.
Who has access to this office?
None but me, my child.
Clearly, that's not exactly accurate, is it?
I'm sure you of all people know that there are ulterior means of gaining entrance other than me allowed.
Not sure I know what you mean, but I don't think I like the meaning I don't understand.
I just mean that you being an intelligent individual could most likely figure out what I mean.
So someone broke in. All right.
Your very blood friend is correct.
I just
Darnell,
don't see the reason to obfuscate anything. We all both understand what we're talking about. We all understand.
Darnell
So it was
leans over
stolen
to you
from
guys
here.
He leans over to you guys and says, "This sounds like it's a good thing. I mean, we're helping a priest. This is get his spiritual artifact back. This is obviously important to him, guys."
She just nods.
I don't mess with people and their religious artifacts.
Then you didn't steal it, so that's one less place to look.
Darnell just looks at you really confused.
Here's the problem. Can we have a moment?
Of course, my child. Take all the time you need.
And we're given leave to look around for clues.
Of course. Would you care for refreshments? I could have wine brought in for you.
Yes, wine would be nice.
He rings a bell on his desk and quietly whispers to the person who comes in. And shortly thereafter, 3 cups of wine are brought to you.
Thank you.
I think Leonthorn's going to drink the wine as he casually walks around. And then, quote unquote, accidentally spill it on his white robes.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. So you spill it on the priest.
Yes.
Okay. He jumps up and gets
Sorry.
face beat red.
I apologize. I just tripped. This desk is bigger than I thought.
You see a very dark cast come over to his face. a lot different than the demeanor he's given you so far. I will only tolerate one such show of disrespect.
I understand. I'm very sorry.
You may leave.
We need to investigate.
You may leave my chambers, investigate elsewhere.
That's not going to happen. Do you want this dagger back?
She looks pensively between the two as they stare at each other.
Of course, my children, I trust you. I will leave you to it then, as I change into some more holy attire. He leaves.
She sits in his chair and puts her feet up on the desk.
All right, I didn't buy us long. No, stop that. We need to look for information here.
Here's the thing: the people that we know that would
Look for information. Stop yammering.
Right, fine. She starts looking through like bookshelves and things.
Yep.
The people who would have stolen such a thing to sell it are the cloaked figures that we're looking for.
That is what I'm looking for in this office. Nothing to do with this
a robe,
dagger,
but not a cloak. She's gonna help you look.
All right. So I guess
Not quite sure what we're looking for.
Huh?
I'm not quite sure what we're looking for, guys.
We're looking for anything about Aiden Booth in this office.
Or the cloaked figures or the dagger.
No, well, maybe the dagger. If we find something, sure. But that's not my main concern.
We agreed to help the priest.
Sure, we did. You could look for clues.
Right.
I'm a little of the mind of Bridget here. Though I did not spot that he was bullshitting us, I agree that he seems untrustworthy. He's wearing more eloquent robes than anybody we've seen in this place. And he's asking for a black, jagged dagger. Do you really think he's some sort of priest, Darnell? In anything but appearance.
If he is, it isn't for this god, I'm saying.
Wait, do you think he might be with the cloaked men in the tavern?
I don't know about that. But I think we should look here for clues and see if we can find anything to tie him to it.
They're all a bunch of evil bastards. It really doesn't matter if he's with them or against them. What should I roll for a search?
I
think first we need to consult... I'm sorry, what'd you say, Darnell?
Darnell says, this is why I stay in my forest away from people.
That's fair. I think we need to ask the Oracle if anything is incriminating in this office.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can't just jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty unlikely because
I'd say it's unlikely. I don't think he would have left us here. I would have made more of an argument. But
yeah,
unlikely, sure.
Yeah.
That is a yes.
You left something in here?
That is a yes. It's a 24, which is a yes. Just barely.
I would imagine that it's going to be difficult to find.
Yeah, sure. So let's roll intelligence checks. And take a -2.
I'm good at intelligence, and I still did poorly. I rolled really well.
Let's see my intelligence.
Who keeps a book of stone carvings of naked women on their shelves when they're a priest?
Hand-drawn pinup girls.
Okay. My intelligence is 12 and I rolled a 12. What does that mean?
That means it's a success.
Yeah.
I got a 9
lower.
And my intelligence is a 16.
So we do find the incriminating whatever.
Not me.
No, you're too busy looking at the picture, the book of naked statues.
That's not even what a person looks like. This is objectification.
I think we need to like do some fucking world building here to figure out what the hell the incriminating thing is.
Yeah.
So I think we can logic that it's got to be part of our plot. Otherwise,
Right.
what's the point?
We believe that the Cabal is related or is not related to the Blight in your country. That's a question.
Oh, we don't have any idea at this moment. I would say no. There's nothing that would have tied that together at this point.
Okay.
I want to look for some interesting tables to use here.
Sure.
So there's a bunch of meaning tables in this thing. We've got animal. No. Ooh, how about motivations?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Do motivations. That sounds cool. I'll roll one. Somebody else roll the other one. And remember to tell me if you get doubles.
98. So close to doubles.
Take violently.
Well, we know that the priest is part of this because he would like to oppress the city or overthrow somebody so he can oppress the city.
Or, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
take violently? What?
Huh?
Wait, what did you say the words were? Take violently?
Take. Yeah, but I actually messed this up. It's take mechanically. Yeah. I did 98 on both charts.
And this is for the information that we're looking for, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yes, that's what the fates said. Take mechanically. And he wants to pursue the oppressed. Perhaps I'm thinking for some my mind keeps going to some sort of journal or perhaps a ledger.
That would make sense. For the mechanically, for it to be like wrote, to be like
or maybe
ledger.
like a contract. Oh, I know what it is. It is a contract for some sort of warehouse in the docking district. And it's not. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of like note about putting something there. But they're not specific about what it is.
Something
that's
large.
Where we'll keep it.
Yeah. It just says like we rent this warehouse because we need room to store the MacGuffin.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm in.
So this is in regards to the priest's culpability with the Cabal, or where the dagger is.
This would be his.
I don't think we know at
culpability.
this point.
Okay. We just know we have a clue.
We just have this one clue. Okay. I think that concludes our scene. We'll close up the book. Do we even look into the other thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think there was. We already rolled investigation checks. That's the only thing we really found, I think.
Yeah.
So I think Leonthorn, before we wrap up, Leonthorn says, all right, I guess that gives us at least one lead to follow.
She puts the book back on the shelf. I suppose it gives us somewhere to go after this. Always forward.
You know, I'm sorry, my mind is just trailing back to the take mechanically. I think they're buying up several places, but this is the one that had the one note.
There we go. That makes sense.
They're trying to do something mechanically in the
Like he ripped
in the
pages
city.
out of his journal, and this was like a piece of the that didn't get ripped out.
Yeah.
He opened it,
Yeah.
and it's an address, so we don't quite know what it does, but it gives us somewhere to.
Okay. I say, I think we have to, I'm going to put it back exactly how I found it. Leonthorn's a pretty smart dude. And says, all right then. Let's go. Before he gets back.
We are convinced that this guy is evil.
I don't know
right?
yet. I don't trust him. That's as far as I know. And I don't think he's a good priest.
Then how do we know that that information wasn't planted there?
We don't. Let's go find out.
And if we find his dagger along the way, we'll make the decision then. She drinks the goblet of wine and sets the cup down on the table.
Darnell sets his untouched goblet of wine very reverently on the desk.
Okay.
And backs away.
Right. I think that concludes our scene. And let's do some more threads here. Oh, well, first of all, chaos factor. Up or down? Were we in control? There are times where we lost control. But
yeah, for sure.
I think overall net positive for us.
Yeah, we got what we needed out of the scene.
Yeah.
So.
Leonthorpe really quickly regained control. He whiffed the whole intimidation with the dagger thing, but then he used the subterfuge of the wine on the robes, which
retook control. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
he lost it for a minute, but I think it was quickly retaken.
Okay, so chaos factor goes down. Uh-oh. Gonna be more no answers. All right, so that's that. Now for threads. Obviously, we got to add high diviner or diviner, or however you said it. High diviner is
priest of justice.
Is a shady priest, part of the secret cabal, and is buying property for some reason. We don't know. And I'll add to the characters we've got High Diviner.
Do we need to consult the
Priest
Oracle
of
to
Darkness.
determine whether or not he's part of the Cabal?
No, we came up with that when we were making the NPC.
Okay.
I mean, we can if you want. I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, we want to keep it somewhat focused and not just go wild out there all the time.
I like randomness, though. It's fun.
Me too.
I mean, perhaps, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out he's not as we go.
Right?
We don't know.
At this point, we
like a
think
dozen
he is.
different cabals, and like,
Oh, the wrong fucking cabal.
All right, I think
got another one.
I think that concludes our episode for the night. We will figure out what happens to our heroes next time. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
I hope you guys
really
enjoyed it and had fun.
Indeed. We will see you 2 weeks. Okay, bye.
Slowly into frame.
I was just figuring out where it was. All right, bye.